Welcome everybody back to my channel. This is True Crime Astrology. My name is Leslie. I am so happy that you're here. I am so excited that you're stopping by, hanging out with me for a little bit to talk about true crime and astrology at the same time. I mean, what gets better than that, right? And so before I get started, like I always do in each of my videos, I want to thank everybody for truly stopping by and subscribing and for liking, for sharing, for commenting. Thank you so much. This channel is about true crime astrology, and I also sometimes upload my music. I'm a singer as well, so that is what you guys saw the other night. And thank you for receiving it well, and I appreciate that. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I was trying to record this video earlier, and I had my makeup all nice and done, and everything was ready and set to go. I had the microphone up, everything was ready. But it is a full moon tonight, right? And so a full moon in Libra. So I, of course, had to cry and ruined my makeup and, and yeah, so the video didn't get done and it wasn't going to get done. But then now I'm like, I regrouped, I'm fine. You know what? This is perfect for tonight. So we are going to talk about Jennair Gerardot. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Gerardot. We're just going to call her Jennair. So this is a case of a love triangle gone horribly wrong, okay? And I kept trying. The reason that I'm so drawn to this case is because it happened the same year that the Watts case happened. And so this happened in April. And then the Watts case happened in August of 2018. And so on April 23rd, 2018, a woman by the name of Jennair, she was a woman in her late 40s, and she and her husband of I believe like 25 years or something like that, where they had been married since 1993. They were going through a divorce because the husband had found a mistress, a girlfriend, and wanted to end the marriage with Jennair and move on with the mistress. And so the reason I was so attracted to this case was because the common denominator between the Watts case and this case is the fact that 1984, okay, the year 1984. So, as we all know, Shanann was born in 1984. And in this case, in this other case that I'm going to talk about, Jennair Gerardot, the mistress in this case was born in 1984 as well. So I'm having a hard time finding her exact birth date, which is why I'm not focusing on her. Her name is Meredith Chapman. But it was just like, it just drew me in. I was like, well, what is going on? Why is 1984 like all the babies that were born in 1984, like what is going on with all of us, like why are we getting into situations that are just like, so this is more of like an awareness video. So I think we all need to really focus and be vigilant with every decision we make. So anyways, okay, so Jennair Gerardot, she was born in December 1970. So December 19th, 1970. And she was a Sagittarius, and she had Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio and Jupiter in Scorpio. And so with all that, oh my goodness, there is so much going on. So in the first house, and I don't have her exact birth time, but based on like, just little tricks you can do with the birth charts, I have it set up this way. So anyways, in the first house, so the sun is in the first house with her ascendant Sagittarius. So of course she was very adventurous, and she loved to be very out there, and she was in show choir. So she was very much business oriented, business minded, and everything, like, she could really perform if it was like a business type thing. And that is where she met her husband, Mark Gerardot. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's I think it's probably Italian or something, or French. I don't know. Anyways, the thing is that, so when she met her husband, she was like on top of her game, right? She was at the height of her at her at her prime. And so he met her during that time, and like everybody wanted her, and she was like, a prize, to have as like a girlfriend or whatever. She probably had other boyfriends, and then finally settling down with her husband Mark. And so they got married in 1993. They did not have children. They just like kind of babied their dogs, and so they were a family, right? And so time went on, and Jennair and her husband kind of like hit like a stalemate. I don't know how you say it. Like, just like everything just got into like a certain routine where it wasn't exciting anymore, right? And Jennair, being a Sagittarius, was always very, adventurous and wanting to keep things fun and alive. But I don't know. So they went through like a time where like things just got kind of boring. So okay, the thing that I got with Jennair having Venus in Scorpio was like, it really is like, are you ready to ride or die? Like, there is no getting out of this one. If Venus in Scorpio likes you, loves you, falls in love with you, like, they will be the most loyal ever. Like, they will not betray their loyalty to you. They become kind of like obsessed in a way. Like, obsessed with your love, obsessed with them loving you, obsessed with the idea of you. And it could be like a really good thing, right? It's not always a bad thing. Like, that's a good thing. And but it can turn deadly, like it did in this case. Because this is why I'm so bad at this. Because Jennair ended up, killing the mistress and herself. So, okay. So we're going to get into why all that happened. And this is probably going to be a 2-part video, because I kind of had to give a little backstory, because this case is not as famous as the Watts case. And that's a shame, because, there needs to be awareness to all of this. And so, yeah. So anyways, where was I? Okay, so they're very devoted to their partners, but they put their partners through a lot. like it's not easy to love them, you know, like they really test you. Like a Venus in Scorpio is really going to test you, and it's going to be like if you really are down for the ride, like you're in it forever, okay? Um, and it's because Venus and Scorpios, they have like a lot of trust issues, and excuse me, excuse me, um, so they have a lot of trust issues, you know, because like they've been through everything. Like Scorpio is a very hard sign, like, and we all have it somewhere. But when we have Venus and Scorpio, like you could have like been like someone betrayed your trust like very early on in your life, and so that like scarred you, and so from now on you're forever not going to have any trust in anybody. And so and so what Venus and Scorpio does is like they try to heal people with their love, and they try to transform people. They try to get them to transform with them, because Scorpio, being ruled by Pluto, is the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? And so with that, they will love you fiercely and just be rooting for you, and like just the most obsessive, unconditional love ever. If that makes any sense. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And so with their trust issues though, it makes them have like kind of like blinders on. Like um they're not really seeing the whole picture, because like they're like if they think that you're lying to them or something, like they will turn into investigators. And Jennair did turn into like an investigator when it came to when she um had the suspicion that her husband, you know, was straying. She started like cutting into the lapel of his suit coats, and placing like recording devices to hear all of his conversations. And he would call his girlfriend quite frequently, and they would have conversations, and she would hear everything. Not only that, but she like even like um she how do you say it, she cloned his cell phone and made like the identical cell phone with everything onto a cell phone that she could see. And oh my god, she went all out. And that that is a Venus in Scorpio, and Mars in Scorpio, and Jupiter in Scorpio, and she had all of that, right? She had Mars in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, and Jupiter in Scorpio. So she was like good at investigating. Like nothing was ever going to get past her. And so it's so tragic that like she ended up coming to this decision, like to stalk her love rival, and um, you know, follow her to her house, and you know, sneak in. And well, she didn't follow her, but to her house that day, but she had gotten there before Meredith had gotten home. And she snuck in, and you know, she was very discreet about it. She even cleaned up the glass, so so she wouldn't notice that someone had broken in and was inside waiting for her. Ugh, that's so tragic. And this is like really scary. This is like when it all turns like horribly wrong. When you are not developed in these um like placements, like having all this Scorpio energy, and I have a lot of Scorpio energy, okay? So I'm not talking bad about it, but you really have to try. Like I have my candles back there, like I'm constantly like praying, and like please God help me make the right decisions, because you could really get lost. And we all have Scorpio somewhere, so we have to be like really aware of what is in our charts. Like, what is our trigger? And so when you understand that, you can have like a level-headed mind. And until you accomplish that, you know, as you guys can see, like in all these cases that we've been covering, like things can get really go terribly wrong. And so you want to avoid tragedy like that. Like, it's horrible. Okay. So anyways, so yeah, the Mars in Scorpio with Venus in Scorpio and Jupiter in Scorpio, like she was really good at investigating and whatnot. And so she hid and waited until Meredith got home, and then ambushed her and killed her. And then she went into the other room and killed herself. So it was a murder-suicide. And then the husband was waiting for one of them to get to the restaurant. Like, he was at a restaurant waiting to have a date with like one of them. I'm so sorry. It's been so windy. And I have like a little itch in my throat. Excuse me. So anyways, yeah, so when I think the wife, it was her date night, and she didn't show up, and she said she wasn't going to show up and to go ahead and go home. And her last text message to him was, "I hope you never find happiness." And then he was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And so he was trying to get a hold of Meredith, his girlfriend, and she wasn't answering. So he was like, "Oh my God," the wife went to see girlfriend and had a confrontation, and now girlfriend is mad at me and doesn't want to talk to me or whatever. So he was going over there to, like, check on her and stuff. And when he got there, like, he saw her laying in the house, like, dead. And he freaked out. And, like, I don't know what happened. Like, the police were called, and he was being extremely rude to the police. And so the police were like, did you shoot them? And he was like, they were shot. Like, he didn't even like realize like what had happened. He thought like there was like just like an argument or a fight or something. But no, Jennair killed Meredith and then killed herself. And so such a tragedy. But when, like I was telling you guys, like when you have like all these Scorpio energy, and especially like with Mars there in Scorpio, like they are very resentful. Like, if you betray them, like it's the type of thing that like it could have happened years ago, and then one day they'll get you back. They will get you back, like, out of the blue. You won't even see it coming. You won't even know that it happened or that it's gonna happen until it happens. And then that's when, like, the Mars in Scorpio is like, I want to say like underdeveloped Mars in Scorpio, because when a Mars in Scorpio like is elevated, like it works in their favor. Like, you could have anything you want, honestly. And but when you're underdeveloped like that, like you could use your Mars in Scorpio in a horrible bad way. Like in this particular case, okay? So, yeah, so I don't know if there could have been another outcome, because she was like not accepting that her husband had moved on, that he was done, that he was like out. He had checked out of the marriage, and she was in such despair. Like, she had never had kids with him, and now, like, she didn't even have a job, and, um, he costs Meredith her job too. I kind of have my things to say about him. He's turning into like a kind of like, he wrote a book and he does podcasts and stuff, and I'm just like, why are you there? Like, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound judgmental, but I'm just like, dude, like, you caused like your wife and your girlfriend to like not live anymore. And I know it's not his fault. Like, Jennair, there was no getting around this. Um, but she was definitely triggered, and uh, it's just such a hard case, right? And um, I really, my heart goes out to everyone involved in this case. I can't really find much information on Meredith. Her stuff is like very sealed, so I don't know her birth date. I don't even know like what sign she is. Um, there was just no information out there other than she was 33 at the time of her death, and it happened in April. And yeah, so I'm assuming that she was born in 1984 because it's just how it feels to me. If you guys know when she was born, please leave it in the comments down below. And with that being said, if there's anything else that I come up with, I'm going to upload a second part. If not, we'll keep it at just this video. And I wanted to take a break from the Chris Watts series that I was doing. But if you guys have another idea of like what else we can possibly say about that disaster of a man, let me know. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit. I truly, truly, truly appreciate and love each and every one of you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.